my mark, Deanna. All hands, brace for impact. Engage.
Brent Spiner's with us now, and thank you very much for battling through the crowds. It's a pro-hunting protest.
Pro-hunting?
Pro-hunting, that's fox hunting.
Pro-fox hunting. Well, the foxes really need representation, I think.
No. I think you got that wrong, because the people who wanted, who were demonstrating, want to carry on hunting them.
Oh, they do?
They want to chase them on horses.
Oh, well, then the foxes need representation.
You're right first time.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's talk about the movie, because you co-wrote this, didn't you, as well as appearing in it as Data?
Well, I co-wrote the story.
Yeah.
The screenplay was written by John Logan, who wrote Gladiator, among other things. And
when you started writing it, the story you were trying to convey was that things are changing within the family.
Right.
Star Trek's moving on, the crew's breaking up. It starts off with a marriage.
Exactly, and transition, and just to try to write something that was more or less a family drama, really, and different aspects of family have taken place, and also my involvement was particularly so that I could guarantee that I would have a good role to play in the movie.
Well, without giving the ending away, one can say that this is a fundamentally important, pivotal moment for Data.
Correct.
It really is. It doesn't get bigger than this.
No, it doesn't.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
And yet, going back to the time when you were first offered the part, you said no because at the time the casting producers said that they saw Data as bald, and you said, I ain't going to sign a 6-year rolling contract and shave my head for 6 years.
Well, that was the thing, is they did ask me if I would be willing to shave my head, and I thought, well, you know, I wouldn't mind it if it was a feature, but for 7 years to have, you know...
A slaphead.
Yeah, exactly. I just didn't think it would be a good idea, and then fortunately they hired Patrick, and it became a moot point.
You were a New York taxi driver at one point, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah, how long for?
Did I have you in my cab?
Oh, that bloke from England.
Oh, yes, now I remember.
How long were you a cab driver?
Not too long. I did it for about 6 months, and luckily I got a job in the theatre and was able to retire.
Do you guys have to do what London taxi drivers have to do, which is, we call it the knowledge? They go around on little mopeds with the A to Z of London,
right?
And they learn every single back route, well, they're supposed to anyway, before they can qualify as a London taxi. Is it the same kind of thing going in New York?
No, not exactly.
I'll take that as a no.
You know, the way, as I recall, because it was many years ago, in order to get your hack license for taxi cab driving, they gave you a list of 20 locations in New York City to learn. Then they would give you a test in which there were 12 of those locations.
Right.
You had to get 8 of them right. And if you got 8 of them right, they gave you your cab license.
That's terrible.
And I tell you what, I can remember when I took my test, there was a guy next to me who didn't speak English. He was Hispanic, he didn't speak any English, and so they gave him an oral test. And I can remember the man saying to him, all right, Radio City Music Hall. Do you know where Radio City Music Hall is? And the guy went, Radio. He said, okay, you know where that is. All right, Penn Station, you know, Penn Station. Okay, you got Penn Station. So that's who drives cabs in New York, basically.
No wonder New York cab drivers have this reputation of being extremely rude.
Well, yeah, it's because they don't know what you're saying.
They don't know where you're going.
Exactly.
So it was a proper yellow cab, was it?
It was a yellow cab.
Great yellow taxi.
Yeah.
God, that's part of the whole kind of cultural thing, isn't it?
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, it was a terrifying job.
Why? Why? Because of the traffic or because of the passengers?
You know, if you could get through an entire day and escape with your life, it was a lucky day.
Yeah. But why? Because of the people in the back of the cab or the guys?
Well, yeah, I would say
that.
No. I would say in any given day, if I had 50 people in my cab, 47 of them were legally insane. And so just getting away with life was always a blessing, you know.
Absolutely.
Are you going to get to see the Star Trek exhibition?
I am. I spent a little bit of time there today. I didn't actually look around much because I was in a room doing interviews, but we will be there tomorrow night.
And how do you handle the Trekkies? How do you handle the characters who know every single line you've ever spoken and want to quibble about the costume change that didn't happen in Act 3? I mean,
I'm grateful to them, actually. They're the reason I've been gainfully employed for 15 years.
Yeah.
Because we were talking to William Shatner on the show the other day.
And who's that?
Who's that?
No.
But and he's eternally good-tempered about it. But
Yeah.
I mean, he will never shake off Kirk,
Right.
ever. And do you see yourself spending, the next sort of 20 years of your life going around to Star Trek conventions, being Data?
I don't think so, but you never know. I mean, certainly to my dying day, it will be the thing I'm most recognized for, unless I just do something spectacular,
Sure.
which is really doubtful. But I do have the advantage of wearing this really extreme makeup, and so I think I do have the ability to do other jobs, which I've done.
Well, we actually have audio proof of that.
Oh, you do?
Because you're a fine singer. We have a little clip from a CD.
Old Yellow Eyes
Yellow
is back.
Eyes is back, which is fantastic, which you made a short while ago. And this is you singing, and we actually hear Patrick Stewart doing a little bit of a voiceover too.
Exactly.
That it's true when you say
What's your backing group? The Sunspots,
Sunspots, exactly.
as opposed to the Ink
Spots.
Spots.
Yeah.
Just a bit more. You got a lovely voice.
Thank you.
Now, cue Patrick. No?
Yeah.
Be sure it's true when you say, I love you, darling.
You can impersonate him, can't you?
Because
Oh, not really. No.
it's a terrible
Actually, I play Picard in this movie.
That's very good.
And he plays Data.
Exactly. I've had 15 years experience, of
Yeah.
imitating his voice, and I occasionally call his wife and make plans for the evening, and she shows up and there's no one there.
It's fantastic. Well, listen, good luck with the movie.
Thanks
It
so
opens
much.
here, well, it premieres obviously tonight, but it opens here in January.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
new year.
New
Hope it has a bigger success as all the others have done. It's lovely to see you.
Thanks so
For
much.
fighting
Great
through
to see you.
the hordes to get
Thank
here
you,
tonight.
we appreciate it.
A
Thank you
pleasure
very
to
much,
be here.
Brent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a relief. You couldn't tell I'd had 2 glasses of wine by the time we got here, could you?
Let's get close to midnight, why not?
Not that late. Anyway, coming up, we're going to have Patrick Stewart on in January. He's promised to come back. Now, coming up, we have the last in our mini-series on...
I was going to bring that in. If you missed the beginning of the show, hi, we've been cooking down a la Shatner. That is Captain Kirk's favourite way of cooking his Christmas dinner, deep-fried turkey. It must be burnt to a crisp, and actually
Well,
it does look burnt to a crisp.
it looks absolutely fine, actually. I thought it was going to come out looking like a piece
So
of
that's-
fried haddock.
If any blokes would barbecue turkey, then they could get on with it, couldn't
Yeah.
they?
So, how long did that take then in total?
It takes about 3 minutes a pound, probably about 40 minutes. all
That's
told.
delicious.
Of course it is.
Carve some for the ladies.
Sorry, how rude of me.
But what do you put it in
Yeah,
if
you
you're
are.
deep frying it?
It's
You have to have a very
it's-
big pot.
Yeah, very, very big pot. It's you need to make
Have a
sure there's
taste.
enough
I
room
think-
to cover the turkey.
I think probably what we should stress is that it's potentially very dangerous and you should only do it outside.
Absolutely.
Never do it inside. No,
Come on.
absolutely.
Outro.
Delicious. Oh, you do the outro. I'm enjoying this.
All right. At Battle of the Bands tomorrow on Thursday. The boys who won Pop Stars The Rivals with their Christmas single. The day after that is the girls. Big live audience. Thanks for watching. Join us live
Thanks for
tomorrow.
watching.
Bye-bye.
That
See you.
works. That really works.